100 Stockton residents started getting monthly payments of $500 on Friday. Just think what that's going to do to these people. It's going to destroy their nature, but it will also confine them to the government, to the Democratic Party. So these people are getting $500 on Friday, this past Friday, and they'll receive extra money for 18 months as part of an experiment testing that they're supposed to be testing the impact of so-called universal basic income, free money. You don't need to test that, folks, and I guarantee you, the Democrats are not giving away their money. They're giving away your money. They're taxing you to give it to these people. Here's an interview of a resident getting paid by the program.
Susie Garza is taking part in a unique experiment. Once a month since February, the local government in Stockton, California has deposited $500 on Garza's debit card. No strings attached.
It's meant a lot. I feel very blessed. I feel very good about it, just to have the chance to have it.
It's part of a universal basic income study giving money to 125 randomly selected residents living below Stockton's median household income to see how it will impact their lives.
Oh, she feels very blessed. Doesn't it sound like a blessed Christian? Oh, I feel very, very blessed. Amazing, huh? She's blessed. How is she blessed? Taking somebody else's money. Just sitting up on her butt doing nothing. This idea was proposed by Stockton Mayor Michael Tubbs.
The idea was the brainchild of Stockton's 29-year-old mayor who grew up poor in the city.
I think poverty is immoral. I think it's antiquated, and I think it shouldn't exist.
See, a black person. I'm telling you, when they take over, the hood is coming. Because they have a socialist mentality. Most black people have a socialist mentality. Isn't that amazing? They feel that they can take your stuff and give it to other people and use it for themselves. They don't want to earn their way. You don't want these blacks to be taking over your government, folks. Can we say South Africa? Can we say hood? He was a black mayor of Stockton, thinking like a liberal female. And in June 2012, Stockton became the largest city in the U.S. history, to file for bankruptcy. And this happened until Detroit did the same in 2013. That's according to Wikipedia. And Detroit was taken over by the blacks. And look what happened. I don't know what it's going to take for you to realize you do not want these people to take over. They ruin everything. They don't build, they destroy. And I've said it over and over and over and over again. Black people don't build. They destroy. This is stupid black male, sounding like a little liberal female. Oh, poverty, what do you call it, a sin or something? It's antiquated. What does that mean? He probably doesn't even know what that means. I bet he can't spell it. What a sorry excuse of a male. Real men make you earn your way. You earn your way. You don't just get free stuff. That's what women do, give it to you out of emotion. Amazing. I don't know what antiquated is. He doesn't know. No one knows. It's a made-up word, I guess. And there's this little Asian guy or Chinese guy, whatever he is. He should go back to China, wherever he came from, Andrew Yang. And he's a Democrat who's running for president. See, you allow these people to come into our country and they come in with their socialist, communist ideas. And they want to, Joel, I don't know what you're talking about. What? You don't have to do it on the mic. What do you say?
I just say don't skip C.
With Andrew Young?
Oh, okay, you're good. My bad.
What is it?
No, you're good. C is good. You're right.
Oh, okay. This little guy, Asian guy, whatever he is, socialist Democrat, is running for president, Andrew Yang. This guy is proposing a similar idea. Here's Andrew Yang explaining his plan.
The idea of providing a supplemental universal basic income has become a hot topic in the current presidential campaign. Candidate Andrew Yang wants to give every American $1,000 a month, which he says could be paid for by increasing taxes on billionaires and corporations.
Can we send this guy back to wherever he came from? And let him go over there and give away free stuff. Why is he coming here to turn America into the place that he left? I've been told that his parents are from Taiwan. So is he an anchor baby or something? Here's Yang claimed that America tried passing universal basic income before.
Dig into our country's history, you find this a deeply American idea. Thomas Paine was for it at the founding of our country, called it the citizen's dividend. Martin Luther King championed it and fought for it in the 60s. 1,000 economists endorsed it in the 60s and 70s. It was so mainstream that it passed the U.S. House of Representatives twice in 1971 as the Family Assistance Plan.
What a sick person, right? Bang the bell! They need to send him back to Taiwan, wherever he came from. They say he is proud to be a Taiwanese American. Amazing. First of all, Thomas Paine's idea of a citizen dividend was quickly shot down. Just because in America in the past proposed it, it doesn't mean that it works or it's a good idea. But he's throwing out Thomas Paine's name as though it was, it made it right to do it. When Thomas Paine came up with that idea, they shot that idea down right away. Go sit down, Thomas. And he mentioned Martin Luther King Jr. He's right about Martin Luther King. Toward the end of his life, King claimed America could afford a guaranteed income. I really don't know what happened to Martin Luther King. I think that a deal was made with the so-called civil rights leaders, and that at one point, before they became part of this stupid movement, the civil rights movement, they were Republicans, but it seemed as though they made a dirty deal with the Democrats. And Martin Luther King and Jesse Jackson and all those guys seem to have lost their way. They really do. Because I remember when they were signing that welfare bill, or whatever bill they were signing, and they were standing with Lyndon B. Johnson, the so-called civil rights leaders, I wondered then, and I was a teenager, I wondered then, why are they doing that? Why do they want to give free stuff to people? I now understand it was for power and wealth for themselves and to control the people. Because prior to the civil rights movement, black people were not down and out and begging and whining and blaming. Especially the men. They were not doing that. And the last issue is Yang's lies a little about the family assistance program. It wasn't a guaranteed income. It was money to help families with the condition that they would find work. So they would help families with this family assistance program. They would help them, but they had to find work. It wasn't a program that you could get and stay there for the rest of your life, from generation to generation, the way the blacks have done. But when you give somebody free stuff, you own them. You own them. Here's this woman from Stockton, a resident, and she explains how the program make her feel. I want you to watch the little fat kids around her too. Here's Susan. She claims she's now more independent.
That continues to look for work and says the extra $500 a month has allowed her to help pay the bills, spoil her grandchildren for the first time, and take her beloved dog to the vet, which she could never afford before.
I like it because I feel more independent. I feel more like I'm in charge. Like I really have something that's my own.
But she's lying. She have our money. She has nothing that is her own. And if you can't afford to feed the dog, why do you have a dog? A dog is not a must-have. And she's not independent. She didn't earn that. What's wrong with this woman? And where's her husband? If you can't afford a baby, don't make the baby. And how are you going to spoil children with our money? What an ego. Oh, I just feel much better now. I can spoil the children. I can take the dog to the vet. I feel a little more independent with our money. I don't want my money going to feed a dog. Are you serious? But this is where the Democrats want the people. They want them there to control them. The moment I went by her house to see the dog, I'm like, no money for you. Get rid of the dog, get a job, and then spoil your fat children. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.